Hey guys, this is Kris.
And this is Colin.
And we got the creators react videos for all the submissions for Bump in the Night.
Yes, we're going to be going in and looking in a little bit more depth and reviewing each and every one of the submissions. So if you guys are interested in seeing all of them, or if you guys were looking for your own, you can see them in the video. There's another way you can find theirs as well.
Timestamps are down below, so
Yes.
check out the description and let's react.
Okay, let's react. Let's just jump right into it. So the first one we have is Adrian, age 35, from Spain, and this is called the R.I.P.PER, or the R.I.P.PER.
What does the R.I.P. stand for? Rest in peace, person?
Rest in peace, person. Yeah. So we have a couple of cool pictures. The first four pictures have the red overtone, or the red tone to them, and then the fourth one, or the last one, is a bright one. Let's go over these first two though. Kind of cool. I think he took these himself and did a long exposure shot where he then stood behind it and spun a light behind it, which gives you this sort of crazy effect. So if you did that yourself, really cool. If not, that's something you could do yourself easily enough. But yeah, the R.I.P.PER is pretty cool. I like the color scheme. The purple is a fun choice. The fact that he had enough, or had this selection of these purple parts, is really interesting. I don't know if there was a specific set that utilized this color a lot.
Maybe a mixel.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. But the build is cool. It's mostly head. It's like a head on like tiny little legs that just crawl around. You could definitely see it being creepy or creepy crawly. I would have liked to have seen some more story. I would have liked to have known where it came from, what it was doing, or who was attacking. And I know we have this where he's just like attacking somebody. But yeah, I'm really interested to kind of see where he came from. But overall, the build is really cool. The photography was great. And I believe Adrian, this was his first submission.
Yeah,
this is Adrian's first submission. So it's really great to see new builders week after week. So thank you so much. And let's see who else we have.
So next one is Aiden, another returning creator crew.
Champion.
And yeah, champion as well.
Two-time champion.
So what? He had the with wheels and sharp teeth.
Yeah.
So now we're back. He's got when the lights go out. So basically we got almost like two different worlds. You got the bedroom, which is normal. You know, fuzzy bear, mom says goodnight, kids all happy, toys on the floor. But then, oh, I didn't even notice that tree detail right beside it.
Yeah, it's important.
Then, oh, it is important.
Yeah.
So now everything's turned upside down. Chains, he's trapped. There's a monster's claws or teeth wrapping around it. Teddy bear now has red eyes, and the tree outside is grabbing his
busted through.
Exactly. So it's almost like an Ent style. Everything is turned upside down. Black, gray, scary, dark blue, whereas the other one was just a nice blue. Did he turn? Oh man, that's cool. He actually turned the poster black and white as well. Nice effect, hey?
Good touch, really good touch.
So I'm just gonna really quickly point out some things like on the bed itself. Notice some of the sharp features, the kind of like the headrest as well as the front rest there. Everything was sharpened. It looked like it was gonna eat him. Just so many different things. Everything is just really well done with this one. Like all the glowing neon ooze coming out. Really, honestly, Aiden, like you put in so much detail. Just the upside down reality nightmare mode is incredible. Like
I love that they're both built. I love that you can look at them both together. Hopefully you don't have to take this apart. That's so cool, Aiden. Again, another build I wish we could have at BuildCon.
Good job, man.
Really good build.
Okay, who do we have next, Colin?
Yes, we have Alan, age 14, from USA. This is the Abandoned Chapel, and this is a very cool build. So we have again an Abandoned Chapel. So I like buildings, first of all. Building skins are always really cool. But there's some story that goes into it as well. So we'll look and see what we can find. So the chapel itself is obviously abandoned, so it's a little bit disheveled. But what do we have here? We have some zombie-like creatures with some blue skin that seem to be busting out from the walls. There's also someone in the front there. What is he carrying?
Rocket launcher.
It's like a rocket launcher or something. Like Maybe he's trying to defend the abandoned chapel. We've got some radioactive waste on the outside, so maybe that's where maybe that's why the chapel's abandoned, or maybe that's how the zombie creatures were created, was through this nuclear reactive waste. Inside dark scene, can't sell too much, but it does have some stained glass windows, it looked like. It was probably the reason for this photo. Inside, again, very disheveled. You can see that it hasn't really been lived in. There's papers and stuff pretty much everywhere. But yeah, overall a really cool build for a building. Again, a little bit of story that goes into it also. Good colors, and another scene that would be really nice to see in person. I wish we could, but again, we're not hosting this in the USA, so it's too bad. But what do we have next for our next build?
We got Alex, age 17, USA, title is Run. Now this one threw us off for a loop, because if you look at the detail, especially with this photo, there are claws, there are arms, there's things that are coming out, but the question is that we had was how? And we later found out that it's actually like laying flat, and he just kind of almost like sprinkled those around the door so he gets that effect. And then of course the minifigs are just standing on the studs itself. This is a really cool concept, because the fact that he built it laying flat and had that in mind.
The perspective.
Exactly. So really well done. I mean, it is a fairly simple build, but it communicates that fear factor, that there is something coming out of those doors or vault, almost like I don't know, this must be like an underground tunnel system in itself. But yeah, everyone's freaked out. I love the fact that people are using faces to convey that there's fear, right? So that's
a really good time to use these faces.
Absolutely. So awesome, good job, Alex. Really like the title Run, and off to the next build.
I'm not going to read the whole thing.
Sure.
Just skip on. If you guys want to read it, you can pause and you can read the
really tiny
little bit of story that's behind it, but I'm not going to go through and read it all for you guys. But here we go. So Alexander, age 10, USA, a gravy problem. Grave why? It'd be funny if there was like literal gravy poured over top of this scene. But yeah, so this is a grave problem basically. So there seems to be some figures from the Minecraft universe who have come through, and I believe the story here is there was a bat spider came in, started harassing the town. All the zombies and skeletons basically came out, followed him around. They took over the town, had a party, and then the sun came up, and boom, they all got destroyed. So on the top right, you can see the bat spider. You can see the zombies here, and then the skeleton who's coming out to partay, or maybe that was someone who didn't make it, and they were just putting him into the treasure chest itself. And yeah, so there's just a little bit going on, but the overall backstory is pretty fun to read. So if you have a chance, go back and read that as well. But as I mentioned, that was pretty much the gist of what was going on.
All right, so next one we got Ariel, age 9, Calgary, deep haunted fortress. We know Ariel, we know Ninjago. This is definitely Ninjago inspired. And you do have some Vikings in there. Looks like you have a colossal beast, and basically like the premise looks like this is a bad guy's fortress, somebody scary living here. You got all his nasty monster army backing him up in this fortress, and if you ever end up in this place, you're pretty much a goner. So I'm so sorry if this is something that haunts your dreams. Really well done. You never want to end up in a haunted fortress. So Ariel, thank you for showcasing your nightmare. And who do we have next?
Before we go, I'd just like to say the use of the dot guns.
Oh, the guns.
Similar to how I used it in Sharp Fangs.
Nice.
So the next one we have is Benjamin 12 from Ontario, the monster-making man downstairs. This is really cool. I wish we could take more time to dive deep into this one. There's a lot going on. Basically, there is a family who is sitting upstairs in their living room, man and wife, or man and woman, husband, wife, whatever, and they unsuspectingly have a trap door in front of their fireplace where this man takes them downstairs to his lair with his henchmen to turn them into monsters. As we can see, this is a 2-layered scene. There's a basement that is hidden, as well as upstairs. And there's all these spooky creatures and monsters in the basement. And these people who were taken downstairs by appears to be a struggle, just based off the fact that their house is now sort of shambled. You can see by the cup and the paper that is laying upstairs. And they are freaked out, and they have probably met their demise. Very spooky, very creepy to think. Very cool build. I like the 2 tones of the unsuspecting and then the mischievous underneath. Really good job, Benjamin, and really good work making a creepy scene.
We have another Benjamin from Manitoba, age 5, the Underground Monster. So let's take a look at these ones. I'm just gonna go over the pictures really quickly. Now, from the looks of it, of course the creature is yellow, maybe gold, and he's got like these gears that are probably used for digging, you know, kind of eating up the dirt.
It's underground, yeah, makes sense.
Definitely underground. So it looks like a worm creature. It's got a few golden trinkets that it may have collected over time as he eats people or like captures them and just collects it
underground. Yeah,
exactly. Or things that get trapped on his skin because he just rushes them and takes them out. So Benjamin, wonderful build and very scary monster. So next up we have, what do we have next?
Charlie, age 9, from Edmonton, the Graveyard. So that's literally just what it's called. It's just called Graveyard. So we've got a few things here. We've got these tiny baby Minecraft creepers. We've got what appears to be a spider web in a tunnel or a hole guarded by some...
Those look like snake people.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Yeah, they got some snakes on their helmets. There's this crocodile-like monster. They use the crocodile tails, the alligator tails as tentacles. Similar idea that I had before. But yeah, basically it's placed into this scene, and on the right-hand side it looks like maybe like a crypt or some sort of coffin. But yeah, this is the graveyard where all the spooky, creepy crawlies come out to play at night. Probably somewhere you'd want to avoid if you were walking through the area. But overall, Charlie, thank you so much for the build. Great build, definitely spooky. And we really appreciate the entry.
So the next one, another one from Charlie. Guess what happened next door? Basically, you got 2 people, or brother and sister, sleeping next to each other. And of course, something does happen next door. The brother has, well, something is coming out of the ground or underneath their beds. And it's not pleasant. You got the tentacles. Very similar to anything creepy that comes out of your bed. Really wonderful build. You got a red house, green door. And unfortunately, whenever you have monsters underneath your bed, it's never a good sign. So, Charlie, always look under your bed, but know that there's nothing there. This is just Lego fantasy. So, yeah. Next up. Who do we have next?
Next we have Kris, age 30, USA. We've seen a couple of Kris's builds, so you'll see his light box and builds have a similar sort of feel to them. All very crisp and nice. He's got the arbor bone spider. Really cool. It's got some giant teeth. I like the use of the grass and foliage on the back. It makes it look like something that you'd see crawling through the woods. Probably very camouflaged. I absolutely hate spiders in real life. I can't. I really can't. So the fact that he did a spider build it's got me creeping and crawling under my skin. But yeah, overall a really great build. Threw it into a scene. It looks really nice with the scene as well. Very detailed build. Again, take some time to pause these videos and take a look at the build in a little bit more detail. But overall, Kris, another fantastic entry from you. And the shape of the back of the spider is awesome. How it just curls up. Very, very cool.
And we have Enola, age 8, France. I don't know how to speak French, but I'm thinking this is a haunted mansion monster mansion. And basically there's tons of things happening. You got people having nightmares, you got people getting snagged by monsters, you have people being scared to death with all these things happening. There are some gruesome things. Oh yeah, they're definitely eating people. So this is something that, oh man, there's a monster pit with all the snakes. Enola, this is like all people's nightmares combined in one sitting. It's freaky. Like, there's so many things to take a look at. You got a torture room, dungeon room with a dungeon slave, and people just eating monsters just eating people. It's not good.
Everywhere.
So anyways,
so much eating of people.
But that's it. This is the end of the episode. We thank everybody that submitted, and we so far we're liking what we're seeing.
Yeah, looking forward to moving on to the next video where we can see more and more builds. So if you guys are enjoying, make sure to thumbs up, subscribe, and go check out the next video so you can see even more builds for the
Next one.
Which theme are we doing again?
Bump in the Night.
Bump in the Night.
And let us know in the comment section below which one you guys like for this episode, and let them know what you guys think. So thank you guys for tuning in.
See you later.
Bye guys.